Good evening. This is Robert Pultz. How's everybody out there? Let me get this all set up. I just tried to, and it wouldn't share. Okay. Let's get the presentation up. Okay. You should be seeing the front slide of the presentation. Um, Today, we're going to take and add the list of files that we have in our physical files, the folders or the items that we have in our physical files, into the Zotero Research log. And this is for subscribers using Zotero, my YouTube subscribers. Start off again, I'm not a professional or an expert genealogist, just an amateur. This is my vlog. Hopefully it's a collaborative effort, and hopefully some people will find better ways of doing this and put it in the chat so I can take and improve this. I'm not totally happy with this one today, so you could really help me. I want to thank you. Thank you to the people that have been providing comments in the past. I've had quite a few of them lately. I also do videos for those that have responded. I go too fast so they can stop it and rewind it and get it again or play it slower. You can do that as a feature of YouTube. All views expressed are mine. I'm a member of 7 genealogy and historical societies, and I don't currently represent any of them. I do administer 2 named Facebook sites, so if you have names that are in that list, please come and join us. We could use some conversation. Okay, first thing I want to do is how do you add the contents of your physical files to the Zotero research logs? Now, in my case, I've been researching since '92, and I have a lot of files, and I've scanned everything now and put it in there. Some of it still needs to be filed. I mean, it's sitting in the scan file, but we'll get there one of these days. So you need to take and be able to develop a list of what's in there and put it in Zotero. And the reason for that is that I often take and print out these Zotero research logs and carry them with me. I don't necessarily carry all the rest of the files with me. Also, it's much handier to have them right there in the Zotero file when you're taking and trying to take and see if you've got something already. So this is all the physical paperwork that I've downloaded and stuff of that nature. So let's go look at one. All right, this is the folder for Harry B. Pultz Jr., my father. And these are the various articles that I have on him. And to be frank about it, I haven't done research on him in a while. You can see the dates here. Well, here's 2024. So I got a marriage telegram there. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's bring that up and show it to you. Let's see. It showed up on the other screen. Let me bring it over. That was my grandparents giving consent that my mother could get married. She was underage, and she was in Florida, and she chased this Army guy down there and married him. So that was an interesting one to pull out. So I have that. And I have quite a few things on him. So I want to know that's in my research log. Now, this is how you do it. You select what you want to take and copy. Now, I could do a lot better job on naming these, but they are in timeline order. And like I like this here is the front pages of the newspapers on the day he was born, and I do that for a lot of people, a lot of my ancestors, to take and see what was in the news. That's actually one of the family questions. So this is all the data that's in there. So I have selected that. Now you come up here and hit any blue spot here, and you say copy as path. Okay. Now you need a spreadsheet, and let's see. That's not it. Let's get a new spreadsheet. Okay, we have a new spreadsheet. Now you've got all that information on the clipboard. So I like to put it on row 5, column A. I do put there, and then I come down, paste special, unformatted text. It shows you how it's going to go in. And it goes in like that. Now you come up to this corner and you go click, click, and that opens this all up. Now, I'm not necessarily interested in everything beyond here. This is all I'm interested in is the name of the files. This is the path all the way out to that file. So I select that. I come all the way over here. I select that. To Control C, I come up to Edit. I go to Find and Replace. I put that in here. And I don't put anything in there. And I say Replace All. Close and close. Now you'll see that I have now got the names of the files only. The quad 07 is his reference number, and then that's followed by the date. And if I'm consistent, and I'm not always, that'll be all the way through here. So you can take and see what I've got. And I could do a better job on the names on this one. Be worthwhile going back and doing that. Okay. So we have all that. It's highlighted. So we do a copy. That was a right click and a copy. And now let's go over to Zotero. And here's his file in Zotero. Now, if I had done a better job on the titles, then I could take and do a note here and just copy each title over one at a time. And that would put them in timeline order. I didn't do a good job on the titles, so I'm going to put them into one note. And I'm going to label it Files dash Physical. Can't type and think at the same time. And then I'm going to just paste Control V, all that information in here. Now I have that information in the research log. And I can take that information and review it when I'm working up in here. So I can come down here and look at that. It's just like that. So I don't have to go open up a file and look at it. In this case, I may open up a file because of the poor naming of the files. But some of them are later. Some of them I've learned to take a name better. So that's basically it. Let's see. Let's go back to slides. Okay, I put them in there, and I put them in physical order. Here's the steps I took. I selected the files to be listed in Zotero, copied the path, opened a blank spreadsheet, pasted it into the spreadsheet, copied the undesirable information and edited that out. And then I selected the resulting list, and then I pasted that into a note. Alternatively, if the files would have been more descriptive, I could have taken individual notes for each one of the physical files. And in some cases, I do that. But anyway, that's the conclusions. This works, but it's somewhat of a hack. I'm interested in what you do and how you would do this. I think it's important to have the file names in Zotero and or your research log. So when you print out the research log, you know what was in the file at the time that you were working to. And that's quite useful later on when you're going back. Here's the Zotero playlist. Here's my contact information. Please subscribe and give a thumbs up. Trying to get a couple more subscribers in here. I will respond to comments, and I appreciate comments. I'd like to see more of them. Please comment with additional topics you think I should address, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Now let's see. Stop and end. You all have a great day.